107th meeting all-time between Princeton and Yale. Only the second time they've met in the postseason. Tyler Sandoval wins the opening faceoff for the Tigers. They get to work quickly on offense, and it's Coulter Mackesy, the freshman, going top shelf. He struggled last week in his postseason debut, just 1 for 8 shooting. Gets a good look off the Sandoval faceoff win, and it's 1-0 Tigers.
You mentioned he struggled last week, but he's played awesome this season. Coulter Mackesy, when you watch late in the year, dominated the Yale game, and then into the Ivy League. He's always had an ability with a quick burst and a right-handed shot to make plays. I don't know if Colin Mulshine can match Leo Johnson's explosiveness in space.
Bo Pettersson streaking toward the cage. Paquette denies on the doorstep. Picking up where it left off last week. You're seeing it on both sides.
He dominated that matchup against BU, holding BU's offense.
There's the Yale ride. Lions from the wing. 5-hole, tied at 1. Defensively, you can poke a lot of holes in what Yale has done all season. But that ride is as great a weapon as there is in this sport right now.
They practice it a ton. They've perfected it. Yale goal is Princeton held BU's attack scoreless last week. You're not holding this Yale offense scoreless. Leo Johnson, as good of a freshman attackman you will find. The versatility in his game. You saw him dodging earlier in the first quarter. Now with the spot feed to Chris Lyons from this spot on the field.
That shot, he had 4 goals in the first meeting against Yale. Part of that first midfield with Sam English and Christian Rondo. Vardaro having a breakout season, working on Patrick Hackler.
He can shoot, 19 in black.
Hackler knocks it away. He's a threat in transition, a converted offensive midi. Hackler, nobody picks him up, shoots and scores!
In the first half of the St. Joe's game in round 1, 26 in white was the most impactful player for the Yale Bulldogs because of plays just like this. Locking down as a short stick defensive midfielder, but the green light of an offensive midi who finds pay dirt right between the legs. That's one Peters wants to explode to. Give his defense an opportunity.
Future first-team All-American midfielder.
He moves differently. He's got speed and balance.
They're sharp again on Billings. Wins his matchup and scores. From Palos Verdes Estates, California. Not exactly a lacrosse hotbed. Andy Shea was telling us they watched a lot of his high school film. He didn't face the best competition, but they saw the raw potential in Brad Sharp.
Andy and I exchanged texts a couple of years ago when Brad Sharp was in high school. And I said his balance, to me, was off the charts. And the best players in the world have this type of balance. When you watch Lyle Thompson play.
Tigers. Barnes, who has it, began the year on attack. Great feed, shot, score. It's Stevens from Barnes. And it's 3-2.
He big-time finisher inside. Great wrists, great awareness, and the ability to can it in tight. Stevens is a jack of all trade, master of all.
15 to shoot. Vardaro working against Hackler. Over to Slusher. Ball trickles toward midfield. Shot clock at 5. Big hit by Fake. Over and back. And it will be Yale ball. Chris Fake lets you feel it the next day, and it's real. And it's spectacular. Ben Finley comes up with it. Boy, there's a pace to this game, huh?
Love it. It's 90 degrees.
Chance here for Princeton in transition. Crimmins tied at 3.
If you can escape the first layer, Anish, of that Yale ride. You will get opportunities to strike in transition. You look at the save by Peters, who's had a fantastic senior campaign. He stands his ground, gives his offense life from the defensive end. Crimmins places that ball, the bottom left corner, on a righty goalie.
That time he overthrows Lions. 7 first quarter turnovers for Yale. A lot of them unforced.
Yeah, the last 2, the blown clear and then the transfer there.
English to Billings on the doorstep, ducking underneath. It's Slusher. Three straight from Princeton after Yale scored 3 in a row to take a 3-1 lead.
7 turnovers in a quarter equals disaster mode. And if you give a team like Princeton, who can deal with precision, and we mentioned the state of Oregon, Alex Slusher is a right-hand.
Decade, knocking at the door, got close, could never break through. And then when they broke through, they took Lacrosse by storm in 2018. I remember we were in New York for the Ivy League tournament. When Yale got off the bus, you, myself, and Quint did a collective whoa.
Yes, they broke through physically, right? They just looked different.
Christian Ronda, 3 goals in round 1. He's got 1 in the quarters. And a 2-goal lead for the Tigers.
Paquette has been spectacular. Look at the Princeton faithful jumping up and down, knowing this opportunity. With the recent drought, Paquette just doesn't look like he gets a read on this one, Anish. But Ronda shoots across his body to the far pipe, so Paquette is actually hedging the other side of the pipe. And Ronda, the sharpshooter, look at the torque, too.
He is one of a school record 7 20-goal scorers for Princeton. They get offense from a lot of places. Ramsey won the faceoff, stumbles down, lost the ball, and there is Stevens, a human Roomba. Slusher, this is how they spin it. Brown feeding the cutter, Cameron, he scores! 5 unanswered by Princeton.
This is what Chris Brown gives you now. A spectacular pass in transition, the anticipation of the cut, but it starts with Stevens, who dominates the floor with ground balls. And credit Cameron, much smaller than his older brother, who can soak checks. He eats 2 Yale defenders on his way to pay dirt. English, 15 in black, just slices through the heart of the Yale defense again without a body being thrown.
English has only had 1 game this year where he was held scoreless. It was against Yale. He's had a couple of good looks. Brown backing down Alexander. There's Mackesy. He's got a photon fast release. English, the crafty Canadian. Down the alley. And that's in. It's Verdaro. 6 unanswered for Princeton. Paquette can't bail them out every time.
It looked like he had no angle, Anish. Last time against Yale, Alexander Verdaro had 4 goals and 2 assists. He was the bright spot for the Tigers. Hits the bottom pipe, and it looks like it hits the...
Stevens working on Johnson. Back to X, Mackesy. Checked by Michael Alexander. Rather Bryce DeMuth. Mackesy now has the shorty Eschbach. Mackesy has his second. And the Tigers out of the gates like they missed breakfast.
He's too quick for Eschbach. Look at the first step and the change of direction by the freshman, Coulter Mackesy. He's got Eschbach right here on the wing. That change of direction is too much. The hips can't match the hips.
In round one, Mackesy was 1 for 8 shooting and missed a few good looks. And they let him know about it during the week in film study.
Towers and Oliver Marty.
Oliver Marty shares the NCAA single game tournament record for goals, 9. Here comes Lyons against Finley. Lyons stings the corner through the contact. And Yale ends a 7-0 Princeton run.
You drop into the zone, you allow your defense to breathe. You're having a tough time matching the quickness of Princeton and man. Paquette comes up with a save, the 2 pipes. And then your freshman Lyons, who was inserted into the lineup earlier in the season against Cornell and has never looked back. He is a righty scorer. This time he takes it to the rack with his offhand. They need that kind of playmaker with Brandow not
96-98. Brown over to Vardaro. Here comes English. He's been able to get some good looks beating his man. Vardaro, another save by Paquette. 15 in the opening half with 2.5 minutes to go.
So the zone seems to be the right call right now. Now, will Princeton get adjusted and into the flow of their zone offense possession after possession? I expect them to make some tweaks.
Krupp! Little penthouse provolone from Christian Krupp. It's 8-5.
Krupp was part of the 2018 national title team. There's only a few left. Chris Fake is one. Brian Tevlin is one. Tevlin, the senior leader, finds another senior leader who's been nicked up most of the season. Andy Shea has a certain affiliation with guys who've been around the program. He believes in...
Here's Leo Johnson. Plays it up top to Tevlin. Looking to shake Pedersen. Good defense by Pedersen. Johnson denied by Mulshine. Here comes Sharp. Song, Princeton's top LSM on Sharp. That one hits the crossbar. Pedersen on the rebound. Looking to barrel through the Yale middies, and Sharp takes it away and scores. The freshman out of California, we told you he's going to be a star.
He's a star already. Bo Pedersen on this clear, I think, relies too much on his strength, his brute force, and ability to win a physical matchup. Brad Sharp, the freshman, stands him up. Straight up, Pedersen is a beast physically, and this is the freshman's goal from start to finish. He wins the physical matchup, and he delivers the blow.
And Chris Fake is the mayor, and welcome to Yorktown hurts.
Yeah, it's a drill they use to deny players goal line extended and above, and he owns it.
Mackesy to Runda. Princeton gets it right back.
2 high school teammates from the Brunswick School in Connecticut hooking up, and Coulter Mackesy has been absolutely brilliant in this matchup. We've seen his scoring ability. This time he goes to the rack, splits the double, and then sees another white shirt in front of him, knowing the next layer of that defense will be a player standing ready to rip. And Christian Ronda, that's what 12 and what he did against Zach Cole, and what he's doing in these spots to get these reps.
Remember, Ball was the #2 face-off man coming out of high school. There's pedigree there. There's Carson Cool, another freshman out of California. Bragg plays it back to the wing. Shot wide. Lions on the doorstep, save Peters. Johnson the rebound, a new 60. Now Brandow, hands free, and Matt Brandow gets on the board.
What did I tell you before? He can play without the ball. That's the beauty of Matt Brandow. Continue to play him inside, and he will capitalize on those very same scenarios. He's having a hard time finding the one-on-one matchups and getting away from George Bond, but off ball, Matt Brandow always makes those types of plays. It's the step away from the defensive pressure right there. He's not going to catch and try to shoot through the Princeton defense.
Here comes English. He had a hat trick last week. Vardaro, 4 goals in the first meeting against Yale. Brown feeding inside, shot to score. Sam English from Chris Brown.
It's been a long time since those fans have celebrated with a trip to championship weekend. 5th-year senior George Bond, he knows, boom, hit the turf. Christian Johnson gets rocked, and this is the difference in the game. When a Yale shooter lets it go, they get rocked by a guy like George Bond. Princeton standing up after they score. Unforced turnover. You have to be able to test Peters with this unit.
Here's Bragg, leads Division I with 13 man-up goals. They haven't been tracking man-up goals for that long as Bragg cracks, make it 14. A man-up machine.
He can shoot. And the rules, week to week, in terms of how you play man-down defense, they don't apply when 45 in white has time to plant his feet, giddy up, back of the net. That's the most feared shooter in college lacrosse, Thomas Bragg. Lyons and Johnson from Yale, McAsee, freshman.
Vardaro eyes up, snakes around the crease. English on the far wing. DeMuth keeps him in check. Vardaro against Oken again. Gets free, hands free, and he scores.
Watch the roll here. The roll is timed beautifully for 2 reasons. It allows Vardaro to step away from the pressure and not get bodied by Oken, but it also allows him to free up his hands. Right there, he rolls. Once he feels Oken pushing near his shoulders, it's gonzo right there. That's the timing of the roll. You feel the pressure, that's when you react.
18 saves now for Jared Paquette, sophomore from Long Island. McAsee tipped it. Tevlin is there. Max Krevsky, the freshman, brings Yale back within 2, his 4th of the season, and it's 11-9.
Krevsky with ice in his veins. Someone tap these young guys, be like, this is a big spot you're in, Max. He doesn't care. He goes right after the short stick matchup with speed.
Nice wing dodge and a low rocket. Sam English. He's so great at creating space, isn't he?
It's unbelievable. He came to Princeton in year one. He was a short stick defensive midfielder. Where's he from? I've said it a lot today.
Canada.
Canada and Culver. Just knows the position and the ability to create offense. His passing's been on display so much this season with 17 assists heading into today's contest. But his ability to get underneath the defense and let this one fly. Look at the shot. The placement on the righty goalie. Sam English, man.
Kaib. Turned away by Pedersen. 25 to shoot. Krevsky. Easy save for Peters. No 10-man by Yale. 14 saves now for Eric Peters after 15 in round one.
How about the goalies today, right? Matchup one, Penn, Rutgers, Birkinshaw, Kirst. Today with Peters, Paquette, this has been next level goaltending.
Q would have liked to have seen it, and for those of you wondering, why Q isn't here, Quint, we're thinking about you. We love you, and your family is in our thoughts. Q lost his brother earlier this week, so we certainly miss him, but he is with his family. Brown shovels this one in, and that is career goal number 100 for Chris Brown. It's his 30th of the season. And how about this list? He is now just the 4th player in Princeton history to have a 30-30 season. The others, David Tickner in '76, Mike McDonald in 2016, and Michael Sowers did it twice.
What a career for Chris Brown. He's scored a point in every single one of his career games, which is just unbelievable. And the ball's bouncing for Princeton. He hangs Fake up. He soaks the initial body check. Fake wins the battle. The ball's dislodged. Princeton. And when you think about the last 3 years, what this program's been through, answering the bell in this moment's unbelievable.
Less than 9 minutes to go. Here comes Sharp. The freshman's got 2 today. Here comes Kropp. Spins it back to Leo Johnson. Landau camping inside. Sharp! Got that left hand free. Yale within 3.
He's so good, Anish. 13 in white is just a freshman, and we've seen plays in a variety of ways that check every box. Hard hits, ground balls, righty goals, and this time soaking up some pressure with his left hand, finding the opposite corner on Eric Peters.
Round one. I tell you what, we're taking some hot goalies to East Hartford. Here comes English. Dagger!
Speed of Sam English
Princeton goal
is on display. You'll see it
30th of the season. Score by number 15.
next week on championship weekend. He knows that was icing on the cake.
30th of the season unassisted.
Shot 50% today, but more importantly, that split dodge brings his team to championship weekend, and he knows Yale has owned Princeton throughout the careers of all these Tigers. Not today in Hempstead.
Patterson heaves it into the air. Strong Island is Jersey strong. First Rutgers, now Princeton. The Tigers headed to championship weekend for the first time since 2004.
Congratulations, Princeton.
Princeton finds a way in the East.
Tigers advance to the semifinal round next
And it's going to make Ivy League lacrosse in the coming years that much more exciting. There's a bunch that